Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel and welcome to Vlogmas Day 31. This is it my friends, this is the last day of 2022. Can you believe it? I know every year we say that, it goes so fast, it goes so fast. Let me tell you, the older you get, the faster it gets. But I don't know about you, but I am really looking forward to 2023. I am looking forward to starting the year off with a bang and just making it a great year. Rolling with the punches, taking whatever comes and making the best of it. So that's my plan. That is my number one intention. But speaking of intentions, that's what this video is all about today. My intentions for 2023. I generally don't like to use the word resolutions because, face it, most people don't stick with resolutions. I know I don't. Intentions can also be goals, and that's another good word, but I just really like the word intentions. I intend to do it. I try my best to do it. And if it doesn't work out, I can intend to do it again the next day. So that's how I look at it. So that is what I am going to talk about today. I have different categories of intentions. I have 6 categories to be exact. I will start with the food and diet because if that's all you are here for is any WW content or weight loss content, we'll get that out of the way and you can turn this video off. But my intentions are written in my planner. I always get questions about this. I use the Erin Condren Life Planner. It is the vertical design. And I love it. I've been using it for years. I also like the Happy Planner a lot, and the Happy Planner is definitely more affordable. I always wait and order this when I have a really great coupon or discount code, but it does hold up. The pages do not rip, and this coil binding is much better than the Happy Planner with those little clips, because I had a big issue with that, especially towards like September. My pages started falling apart, but that's a really good option too if you're a planner person. Anyway, in the very beginning of my planner, there is some blank pages, and on the very first page, it's all the months, and I write some monthly goals in there. And then on the next page, it's just a blank piece of loose leaf, and that is where I wrote my 2023 intentions. My categories are food and diet, spirituality, household and homemaking, family life, personal, and suburban homesteading. So we are going to start with the food and diet category, and what are my intentions for that? Now, my intentions are not only things that I plan to do, they are things I plan not to do. So I want to be intentional in both what I do and what I do not do. So we're going to start with that. And the first thing, and I think one of the most important things, is honest tracking. I am a good tracker. I am an honest tracker, but I'm going to tell you the honest truth. I haven't tracked in 2 weeks. Why? Because I was afraid to track what I was eating? No, because I don't mind honest tracking, because even if you don't track, your body knows you ate it. Just because you didn't write it down doesn't mean anything. You're not fooling anybody but yourself. You're not lying to anybody but yourself. So if you're going to eat it, write it down. And if it makes you uncomfortable, all the better, because then maybe you'll think twice. That's how it is for me. So honest tracking. Every little, and honest, and not only honest, but consistent tracking. Consistent. You know, if I make a recipe and show it to you guys and do a taste test on it, I don't care if it's 1 bite. I'm going to track it. It may be 0 points, but every bite has calories, and I track both points and calories. So I need to make that a point, because if I'm tasting stuff on camera and I'm, you know, telling you how it is, that's all stuff I'm consuming. Might make a big difference. You don't know. But 4 or 5 of those little tastes or bites, they add up. So I'm going to honest track. I'm going to consistently honest track. The second thing is to continue our whole foods, nourishing traditions type eating journey. We started this in 2020 where we really cut out all the processed foods. We really took a good look and did a lot of research about different ingredients and what they do to our body. And not only what we consume, but what we use on our body. We're cleaning up that too a lot. But right now we're just talking about food. So we're going to continue that. We're going to continue reading labels meticulously, and we are going to continue to avoid the foods that we have been avoiding, and maybe even add a few more in there. I don't know. But you know, if you watch my channel, you know, we have a couple major league taboo ingredients. Number one is high fructose corn syrup. Number two are inflammatory oils, your seed oils, your canola oil, your vegetable shortening, your safflower oil, your soy things like that. Highly inflammatory, highly processed. We do try to avoid those. Dyes. That's been something that has been like the last 6 months. There are a lot of dyes, red dye number 3, I think specifically, that is banned in Europe. They tried to get it banned here, but the food industry is a big industry with deep pockets, and it did not happen. So we really try to avoid artificial dyes. And there's a lot of them out there. You know, there's red dye 40, there's red dye 3, there's yellow dye, I forget what number it is, but we're really making a conscious effort to avoid those. So there's a couple other things that we try to avoid, but sometimes we just can't avoid. And we just really are, we just really pay attention to that and only have those foods on special occasions or very small doses. So we are going to continue trying to build on that and eat what we feel is the best choices for us. The next thing I'm going to do is my electrolyte water. If you watch me, you know I try to start every day with some electrolyte water, and all that is, I do not buy the fancy powders. I don't buy the fancy mixes. I don't. I am not into all that specialty fancy food. You know, I don't do any protein powders. I try to get my protein from the foods we eat. I don't do any special mix-ins, things like that. Just like I really do. I do have some electrolyte powder, and that's more for when we are traveling or when we're on the go. For me, for my electrolyte water, it's just nice filtered water, several shakes of my Redmond's real salt, not Morton iodized salt or anything, the real salt that still has all the minerals in it. A couple shakes of that, and I either use a half of an organic lemon squeezed in, or I just use, I have a bottle of real lemon juice, not that thing that comes in the little lemon, just pure lemon juice, pure organic lemon juice, tablespoon of that. Mix it up, and that is the first thing I try to drink in the morning. What that does is it replaces all of the minerals that we sweated out, that we peed out, that have left our bodies. And they are minerals, my friends, that we need. That's what keeps us healthy. That's what keeps us going. So I try to replenish them every morning. And I am not one of those people that drink a ton of water during the day. I drink when I am thirsty. The more water you drink, the more you pee, the more minerals you are peeing out, and it's taxing on your kidneys. So I just drink when I am thirsty. I do not drink in excess of water. It's what works for me. Another thing, and this is a big one. This is a big one, and every year it's on my list, and every year I just try to get better. And that is mindful eating. I try to be in the moment when I am eating. I try to look at my food. I try to smell my food. I try to chew my food so I am tasting it. I used to be a food inhaler. I was a vacuum. I ate so fast. I would eat and I'd look down and go, where's my food? Who took my food? Did you take my food? Who took a bite off my plate? Nobody did. I was eating so fast, I didn't even know I was done. Sometimes I still fall back into those bad habits, but for the most part, I am doing so much better. When I am mindful, when I am eating, when I pay attention, it is amazing how you feel full and satisfied so much faster. Put your fork down between bites. Take a drink between bites. Have a conversation between bites. Use a smaller fork and spoon if you need to do that to slow you down. You will be amazed. You may not even finish all the food on your plate because you are satisfied and you are satiated, because you took the time to eat slowly and be in the moment with your food. Like I said, sometimes I slip up. Well, I'm going to keep working on it. And that even goes for, like, if you open up the refrigerator and take a handful of grapes. Don't just reach in and grab them. Put them in a bowl and eat them. Make it a, I don't want to say a ritual, but when you're taking them out and putting them in a bowl, it's just another step. It's just another reminder of, these are the grapes I'm going to have. What's in this bowl? I'm not going to keep reaching in and grabbing handful after handful. What's in this bowl is what I'm going to eat, and I'm going to pay attention to it. I know it sounds crazy. I know it does, but just trust me on this one. Try it or report back. Trust me. The next thing is getting back into running. I was having a lot of trouble with my hip and my knee, so I kind of really have not been running much. I've been doing a lot of strength training, a lot of low impact HIIT training, core training. I would really like to get back into some cardio. And I do enjoy running, so I definitely want to try to get back into that. It's going to be a ease into it. Maybe a little walk and a little run, a little walk and a little run, just until I can get right back into it. The last time I ran was a couple weeks ago, and right at about 1.5 miles, my knee started bothering me. So I'm going to try maybe to ease my way back into it and see what happens. I really hate to tape my knee every single time I want to run, so we'll see what happens on that. But I do want to try to get back into a little bit of running. And this really didn't go into the food diet, probably more personal. I probably put it in the wrong place, but you know, we've cleaned up our food so much. I want to continue with cleaning up what goes on our bodies, not just in our bodies. Cleaning up our toiletries, cleaning up my makeup, you know, our lotions and stuff like that. You know, I've been making a lot of that stuff. I've been making our deodorant or buying all natural deodorant. I've been making hand lotion and hand soap and all that. And I do want to continue and possibly expand that a little bit, because the skin is your biggest organ. And all those chemicals that are in all those products are being absorbed into the skin, hence into your body. So I really want to be careful of that and watch what I'm doing and be much more mindful of what I am using. So that was it for the food and diet. The next is spirituality. You all know that I listened to Bible in a Year this past year. Well, in January, it starts the Catechism in a Year. And the Catechism is basically the Catholic rule book, for lack of a better term. It's everything about my faith and why we do it and how we do it. And the same guy that did Bible in a Year is doing that. So that is my plan, is to listen to that every single day. And I also want to get back into reading my daily devotionals every day. I kind of dropped the ball on that when I started Bible in a Year. I kind of replaced my daily devotional with the Bible in a Year, and it's really, I shouldn't do that. My devotional is very quick, very easy in the morning, and I need to start making time for it. And that's what it comes down to. I just didn't make time for it. And I need to put that first and not try to fit that in. That needs to come first. And I also want to continue with my rosaries. I was so good during the month of October with a daily rosary, and then it kind of fell off once I got busy with the holidays. So I want to get back into that again. If not daily, maybe twice a week to start. Household and homemaking. I want to continue to declutter. If you remember, about 1.5 years or 2 years ago, we did a huge, massive declutter. And, you know, slowly things start creeping back into the house. And, you know, so it's definitely an ongoing project. And now that it's been a year and a half, I want to revisit some of the things I kept that I may not have touched in that year and a half that I thought I was going to use and didn't use, and get rid of those. One of the big things I want to do is my serving plates, bowls, things like that, especially right after the holiday, because, you know, we hosted several things at our house. I saw what I used, and I tend to keep grabbing the same things over and over again. So I really want to take a look at that and declutter that first. Once Christmas is over, for us, it's kind of like somewhere around the 6th, 8th of January. We do not go all the way to Candlemas. I don't think I could take that mentally. I need to kind of get things back in order. So once our Christmas decor is all put away and I deep clean the house, then the decluttering is going to start big time. Next for household and homemaking is stop stuffing stuff. I didn't know how else to say it. I am a big one to stuff stuff. Yes. When I don't know what to do with something, I stuff it in a drawer. Yeah, no more of that. I need to find it at home. And if I can't find it at home, guess what? I probably don't need it. That happens a lot during the holidays when people are coming over and I don't know what to do with something, I stuff it. Yeah, well, I need to stop that because my dining room drawers are going to bust at the seams. So that will be decluttered and that will be stopped because that is not a good habit. Next is my kitchen and bathroom reset. I am pretty good about cleaning the kitchen every night after dinner and keeping it clean. But there are some nights I'm tired and I will clean up the kitchen after dinner, but then something gets done in there and it gets left on the counter, or I'm just lazy, or somebody else cleans up the kitchen and may not do it 100%. It makes me crazy to come down in the morning and start my day off with a messy kitchen. You know, I spend a lot of time in the kitchen cooking. I have a very working kitchen. I like my kitchen to be clean, neat, and organized. I do not like a lot of stuff out in plain sight. I like things put away. When I take the time at night to reset my kitchen, my day goes so much better the next morning. It really, truly does. My anxiety is a lot lower. I come down and everything is ready to go. I don't have to stop and rewind and unload the dishwasher or clear out the sink or put away dishes. It's done. And it makes my day go easier. So I really want to focus on doing that, not just 5 times a week, because I'll tell you, honestly, it's generally Friday and Saturday night that I'm not good about it, because I know it's a weekend and I know I don't have to get up and make lunch and breakfast and all that. So I want to just work on that just a little bit more. And same with my bedroom. You know, I take off a cardigan or a hoodie and I throw it on the cedar chest because I know I'll be wearing it the next day, or, you know, whatever. And Doug does the same thing. So we're going to try to work on, even if we're wearing it the next day, we're going to hang it up. We're going to put it away where it belongs. My bedroom is my haven. It is my quiet place. It is my peaceful place. And I want it to remain that way. I want to be at peace when I am in there. And you know, I've said it before on my channel, messes and clutter make me crazy. They fuel my anxiety, and I don't want that in my peaceful place. So definitely a reset. And also with the bathroom, every morning, it takes literally 10 seconds to put my makeup bag under the sink, or put my blow dryer or my curling iron or my contact case away. Why don't I do it? Because I'm lazy. That's why. So bathroom is kitchen and bathroom are definitely number 1, because the bedroom I'm pretty good with. But every morning, that makeup case, that contact case, they're going away. They have a place, they're going in it, and the counter's getting wiped off every single day. It will take me literally less than 1 minute to do, and it will make me happy. Now, we do make the bed every single morning, so I don't have to worry about that. That is absolutely a must, is making the bed every day. And we do that 99.9 out of 100 times. The only time we don't do it is when I'm changing the sheets. Another thing for household and homemaking is to continue and get better at making my own cleaning supplies and candles. We are not using any artificial fragrance anymore in the house, hence no candles, no wax melts unless I make them, and I make them with beeswax and essential oil. And same with our cleaning supplies. We are making our own out of cast iron soap, essential oils, sometimes some witch hazel, and also vodka. That's how I make my all-purpose cleaners, with vodka. So yeah, so just get better at that and not wait until it completely runs out. Now I do not make, sometimes I make my dish soap, sometimes I don't. I make toilet bowl fizzies for kind of daily, but for weekly, I do use a toilet bowl cleaner. I get that and my dish soap from Azure, and it is all chemical free. It is all really good ingredients, no fragrance and all that. So I want to just continue researching that and working towards a better thing for that. Family life. Continue our beach Mondays because we love that so much. And more experiences with our family. You know, the boys are getting older and they're getting their own lives, but they still like to do stuff with us. And I just want to do a lot this year. There's so many places I'd like to go and see, and just try to do one a month. And even if it's not something huge, even if it's just going for a hike at a place we've never hiked before. We used to hike constantly, and it's been months since we've been on a hike. So I really want to get back into all that again and just be with our family, just be in the moment and have a good time. And, you know, include the girls, the boys, girlfriends in that too, because we just love being around them. Personal. Every year, less screen time. Less screen time. I don't have to say anything else. More book time. If I have less screen time, I have more book time because I have a stack of books on my nightstand that I want to get through. And I want to choose wisely on social media. I'm going to do a big declutter reset of channels that I watch and channels that I am subscribed to. If they do not bring me joy, if they bring me angst, I'm going to stop watching them. Yeah. I've already stopped watching a lot just because they just don't jive with how my life is now. But I'm even going to take that down a little bit more probably. Same with Instagram accounts and Facebook friends. I'm just going to really, really be mindful and spend my time on social media wisely. And last but not least, our Suburban Homestead. Once again this year, we definitely want to raise and process our own meat chickens, maybe more. Last year we did 13. Maybe do a couple more this year, just increase it a little bit. I love having that fresh chicken in the freezer. It tastes like nothing you can get from anywhere. Even our butcher box, which is all pasture raised and organic and non-GMO fed and all that. That's delicious, but nothing beats the ones we raised ourselves. So I'd like to continue with that this year. Can you tell it's getting dark? The light's getting bad, friends. I'm talking too much. I want to grow my egg business a little bit, get a little bit more consistent with that, and just, you know, I have a couple steady customers, and I just kind of want to grow that a little bit and kind of market myself a little bit more and brand myself a little bit more. I'd like to try a few new items in the garden, a few new varieties, and maybe a few new items. Like we know this year we are not going to grow broccoli and cauliflower. It is not worth it to us. The yield is not enough for the space it takes up. We're going to get better with our potatoes this year. We dropped the ball on them last year and didn't have a great harvest because nobody's fault but our own. What else? Definitely, we always try a new variety or two of tomatoes. So just, you know, keep expanding in that and maybe even expand the garden a little bit. We'll see. And last but not least on that is not sure yet if we're going to get any new egg layers this spring or not. We'll have to wait and see what starts happening when the days get longer in like end of February, beginning of March. See who's laying, who's not laying, who needs to be retired, and if we need to replace them with new chicks. So that is it, my friends. That is my 2023 intentions. Am I going to be successful? I don't know. But I have something to strive for. I have something to work for. I have something to look forward to, and I have something to motivate me. Once again, I do these yearly, but I also have monthly goals. And my monthly goals for January are, I think I have them written down. Working on the pantry challenge from Three Rivers Homestead. We are going to try, we set our rules for our pantry challenge, and for me, it is $100. That is it, to spend at the grocery store on produce and milk for the month of January. That is it, no more. If I run out of money, I'm not buying anything else. And I think $100 is pretty generous. So I think I'll be fine. And just like the intention, my monthly ones kind of overlap, just being really good with my electrolyte water, being really good with honest tracking. And I have a little note to myself. You have a few months to get wedding ready. Start yesterday. Because you all know my nephew's getting married in September. It is a black tie wedding, and I want to wear a kick butt gown. I want to look good in it. So that's, oh, and I want to lose 5 pounds in January, which I think I think that is very doable. So I even put the little blocks there so I can check them off. So friends, that is it. That is my intentions for 2023. Let me know down below what your top 1 or 2 intentions are. Let me know, where you're struggling, where you're not struggling, and we got this. We've got this together. I am here for you. I don't plan on going anywhere. God willing, and the creek don't rise, as Grandma used to say, or Grammy used to say. Doug's grandma, that was her big thing. God willing, and the creek don't rise. So there's that. I look forward to chatting with you in the comments. If you haven't already subscribed, I would love you to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. If you know someone that could benefit by this, please feel free to share it all over your social media or at your WW meeting. I will leave a couple old videos right here for you to enjoy, and happy, healthy new year, my friends. We got this. This is it. We're going to slay the year.